Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the top left side as the red Abbasid Dynasty, we have MarineLord. On the bottom right side as the blue English, we have DeMu, Liquid DeMu, and that is a barracks. He's going for a man-at-arms rush. Scouting around, Tower of Wisdom has been pulled on the field. He may be forced to go for the military wing when he sees these man-at-arms. Let's see, will he claim? He does claim his 200 gold in time. A mill over here. Lumber being claimed, berries being claimed. Of course, the Abbasid Dynasty does get improved berry capacity for his nearby foray. And now we got the Council Hall being plotted field, as well as the Economic Wing. He's not going for the military wing. At this point in time, military wing would just give him 2 spearmen, 2 archers. Small defense force. That's about it. Looks like more man-at-arms being plotted on the field. Looks like he's going to go heavy man-at-arms. Now we got the age up, archery now being deployed on up. And the mining camp has received quite a bit of damage there. We got the lumber camp, now another lumber camp being deployed on out. And these man-at-arms are now falling on back. He does have the early man-at-arms for research, and the gold mage tier 1 has been activated. We do now have some longbow plotted by the Council Hall. Camel Archer now plotted in the field, which will provide some good fire support versus Spearmen, as well as provide debuff versus the opponent's Horsemen. But his opponent's not going for either. The man-at-arms longbowman combo will be very effective against his opponent's composition. Horsemen are not equal to a man-at-arms. Man-at-arms have 5 less health, but they do have 3 melee armor, as well as 3 pierce armor. And Horseman does 9 damage versus the man-at-arms 10. Let's go try to focus down these longbowmen, getting some good damage there. Focus down the camel archer first, which is a high-valid unit. And these horsemen, they do take out those longbowmen there. Without any spearmen to provide some extra damage, the longbowmen can easily get overwhelmed. In fact, going right now just for a spearman composition would probably be best versus the horseman, camel, plus a scout composition. Right now his opponent is now eyeing for a wave of archers, so maybe a man-at-arms spearman composition would be best with a handful of long in the back. So a bit of a general purpose army. It can be hard to focus on the spearmen when there's men-at-arms in the mix. Let's pick off a horseman there, very nice. The extra damage on longbowman provides some very good fire support, even versus these whole horsemen, which does have 2 pierce armor, inherent pierce armor. And now it looks like blue is going for wheelbarrow.
هيا بنا تحركوا أيها الجنود سأفعل سيروا إلى الأمام لنذهب.
Horseman, Scout, and Camel Rider push their way forward. The Camel will reduce the damage output of the Scout by 20%, so its 1 damage will remain 1 damage. These guys are still moving around. Blue's now eyeing for a counterattack. Got some horsemen here. He does have 8 archers on the field, 9th one on the way. I'm not sure where they're at the moment. Yep, I'm not sure where they're at the moment. And now we do got another town center being pulled now. Very nice. Usually when the English player goes aggressive like this, he will generally not go for an extra town center. Because after all this stuff is quite expensive. Let's get some rounds there onto the horsemen, but nothing too significant. Longbowmen do cost 10 more food than the regular archer counterparts, so they are pretty expensive. And it looks like red maybe eyeing for a counterattack or maybe a bit of harassment there. Got 4 horsemen in that combat group. Archers here for defense. I got the man-at-arms, spearmen, and 7 longbowmen. Got more spearmen in the mix as well. Now blue's fighting for a bit of a good advance. This longbowman spear may be picked on off. He does have vision of it. Thinks that nearby scout.
Yes. مرحبا. انتبهوا سيروا إلى الأمام.
Got this horse. They may find a good flank there. Does find a volley there on the villagers there. The scout right now is just poking his head around the foliage so he can have his vision of the region. And yep, I think the longbowmen are on an attack move, and when the horse scout pokes his head around, he's able to get a quick volley off, and then he's only microing the scout while the longbowmen are just patrolling around. Do have more spearmen, more longbowmen, and a man-at-arms push way forward. But red will be start pushing ahead of his village account thanks to the extra town center. More longbowmen being pulled on the field. He's going for heavy and longbowmen. And you got these villagers pushing forward. He may be eyeing for a 4 tower. Let's get some of these spearmen down. Now the horsemen starting to close on in. Spearmen charging forward, trying to deal with the horsemen. Man-at-arms and then mix as well. If the man-at-arms receive arrow fire, that'd be really good. But either way, they're just going to be relentlessly pushing way forward. Horseman now pushing way forward. He needs to micro a little bit in order to gauge this horseman a little bit better. Archer providing some constant fire support, picking out a couple more longbowmen there. Horseman does get cleaned up. Man-at-arms now pushing way forward. And the longbowmen are getting some great damage there. Archers are now falling them back. Do of course have more inherent movement speed than the longbowmen. Let's find a good volley there on those villagers, taking one of them out. Another round of arrows there. Tons of arrows does get some good hits. As we got the tower outpost before the field. There's also 5 villagers here. He may keep on the front line, but he needs every villager collecting resources based on his current income. He could actually deploy a mining camp here to start stealing some of that stone. That'll keep them in the front line as well as not keeping them idle. Actually, he's going to try cleaning up some of this foliage. If he breaks through at least enough to get vision range, his archers can't fire through. Going for another lumber camp there. The outpost does also do another thing. It provides constant vision range into this opponent's base. And red does abandon the region. Now he's deploying out another outpost here. He may be trying to deploy that there, get some an arrow slit upgrade just to help deny that gold. Opponent can fall back to this gold, assuming he scouted out. Good chance he has scouted it out. Longbowman trying to find a volley there. Down big line formation there. Now we do got an outpost as well as a lumber camp being pulled out over there. Right now, red's village count is 50. Let's pick off a longbowman there thanks to town center arrows. Let's get some good volleys right there. Pick off some of these villagers. Very, very nice. Getting spotted by these outposts. And pick off a good number of villagers there. Remember, red's biggest advantage right now is his second town center. So he can't be losing these villagers like that. Also, he can't be losing villagers like that in any case. No arrow slit research on here. I would go with the arrow slit over here. Slit there. We also got some horsemen here. And that tower does get interrupted there by his movement. I wonder if he actually canceled that or that was a mistake. That may have been an actual purpose cancel because now he's going to pull out some battering rams.
Het beert voelt op.
Battering ram now makes its way forward. The outpost is garrisoned with something. It is not a fortified tower either. It is upgraded with arrows. And thanks to the arrow upgrade, does get additional damage with its arrows. Red's archers pushing way forward. Horseman's going to try and deal with this battering ram now. Man at Arms could charge him forward, but he's receiving a lot of damage there. It does have the network of castles there, provides some extra damage. The tower has been set ablaze, but it has been repaired on up. It has been re-garrisoned now. Man at Arms trying to push way forward. He does get a decent amount of healing there. Now has been reset ablaze there. Another arrow slipping floated out, this time by blue. He does manage to repair the tower there, but it is out of wood. Horsemen not charging forward. The man-at-arms can, of course, easily hold them back. They are, of course, very resilient. They may need some more spearmen at this point in time. Red has a significant number of villagers currently idle. The arrow upgrade was on this one right here. I'm going for another pair of battering rams. Remember as well, you can actually place units inside the battering ram to help with trucks. So if you were to retask these guys, you can get the outside guys to start building battering rams, but they're being built at a good rate nonetheless. Oh wait, he's actually going for a setup camp? Setup camp is a research you don't see all too often, do you? Makes it so when they're it's when they're out of, okay, he does cancel the technology. Let's get some good volleys there from the villagers. More battering rams not being employed on out. Good it there. Now got these battering rams pushing way forward. Eyeing the batter down the front of his opponent's base. His forces not making their way forward. Let's take out some of these archers there. Town center is garrisoned, but remember, this is not the primary town center, so it has half the health. And less garrison spots there. Now trying to repair it up in combat. Some of those villagers getting hit. More villagers getting hit. He does have a good number of archers here. Horsemen's are pushed way forward. Battering ram is still engaging quite well. Nothing affecting the battering ram at the moment. He's repairing it up with a lot of these villagers. Now he's trying to torch them down with a lot of those villagers. The town center may go down. He still has a spear number of villagers to repair the opponent. Now there's a fortified tower here with it, with an arrow slit. Those lose the town center there. Now trying to torch down the rest of these battering rams. It's good damage there. And does take out those battering rams now. Red does not have a lot of wood at the moment, so can't really replace that extra town center. He has 5 stone per minute. I'm not sure what's providing just 5. Now Blue's eyeing for more battering rams. Villagers are mass migrating over this region. There's not a lot of wood left in this region. This map has 2 big deposits of wood here, and he needs to start claiming that up. And now he's claiming the stone in the front line. Does have another fortified tower here with arrow slits. House not fully constructed. He does need it. He's a little bit low in population capacity versus how much population he has. Spare population capacity, that's the term I'm looking for. More horsemen on the field. He may just need to go throw a lot of horsemen next. Right now, someone's not playing on spearmen. They do okay versus man-at-arms, not great. But he has really no counter to man-at-arms other than throw a lot of bodies at them. The horsemen are now eyeing for a counterattack. Do not have a battering ram here. Remember, in this game, battering rams cannot batter down other battering rams like Age of Empires 2. But he's going to employ them out to engage these outposts. They are fortified outposts, so they have 1,000 extra health, as well as torch damage resistance. 5 fire armor. In comparison to, say, a villager, they can only do 10 damage per torch, so it would be reduced down by 5. Battering ram now seeing a lot of arrow fire there being plinked on down. And now push way forward. Does have +1 damage on these archers there. The early mana arms do have +1 pierce armor, so these archers do 2 damage per arrow. Horseman could try a flank there onto those longbowmen. Now Blue's going for King's Palace. He's trying to get his own second town center up and going. Villagers now trying to back off this region. Horsemen are squeezing through that opening there. You have a fortified tower here. That's what the fortified towers look like. They're round. And now the horsemen are trying to charge on in onto those longbowmen. Archers are just trying to get as much damage as they can, taking down some of these men at arms. Horsemen have closed on in. But the horsemen just getting annihilated. There's way too many longbowmen here. They do have the +1 damage as well, so the horsemen will take 5 damage per arrow. No, 4. Still quite a bit. More horse. Oh, he's going for palings there. Oh wait, those just bought some stuff at the market. And now Blue has gotten his castle age. Now he can go out and get some upgrades. Getting the veteran longbowman upgrade will provide an immense amount of power, and it's going for the mana arms. Upgrading from early to mana arms. And these those batter rams did a lot of damage, didn't they? He has built a surplus of housing. So he's finding housing low. He's getting a lot of wood here. I go for some more archer ranges. He's going to have a severe technology disadvantage. More batter rams now being poured on out.
Doing so ahead. Being shouted at.
House does go down now. Red is now eyeing for a big transition to farms. He does have had a good amount of wood stored on up. Aaron's push way forward, trying to go his own battering ram, trying to batter down some of these fortified outposts. Claiming some outlying wood as well. The House of Wisdom has, of course, additional health per age. Right now it's at 7,000 health, so it can withstand a bit of a beating. The primary town center does also have 7,000 health, so that's 14,000 health of landmarks, and that's all he has. He has loaded up the town center, which does have 7 damage per arrow, which makes it a bit more effective than the regular standalone archers at 6 damage per arrow. Battering rams start to batter down these fortified outposts. Town center still providing some good fire support there. Best keep it garrison. Man arms trying to deal with it now. Those battering rams. It's a good hit there on the longbowman. Horseman start goes on in. The longbowman currently do 10 damage. Will really put holes into those horsemen. Man arms are close on in. He's had to keep these archers near those mana arms for the time being. And now these mana arms are pushing forward. They have 7 pierce armor at the moment, which is an absurd amount. I think just he's got his ironclad research. Yeah, +1 there. So yeah, he's got his ironclad giving mana arms +2 armor. The House of Wisdom has now been set ablaze. Luckily, he doesn't need to use villagers to build his next ages, but it also means he can't exactly force out Castle Age faster. Let's see. Red has enough gold for his Castle Age, and there we go. Military wing does need it. He's going for military wing primarily to get the composite bows. Reduced reload time of archers by 33% is very important. Increased health of all infantry. I'm pretty sure that does apply to archers as well, which will be very important. And plus, he'll get also, what, 2 camel riders? That's not important. Town center needs to be garrisoned by something. Trying to prep tower now. He's trying to, still needs to get that next age up and going. Has been not set ablaze. Start focusing on the longbowman now. He's inside the town center. These archers do better inside the town center. There are some villagers there, which is also another good idea. Battering Ram does take out that archer range there. Red is doing a good job stepping away. Villager count is in favor of blue right now since he has the King's Palace. Also Wisdom still not set ablaze, and red does back the game now. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.